Hello my gorgeous loves out there and welcome. In today's video, I'm going to play with some new makeup and talk to you guys about my goals for this year since we are in 2023, which seems so crazy, but I just wanted to hang out and chat for a bit. But before we get into this video, if you're new here, hello, welcome. My name is Bree and I'm just a crazy lover of all things beauty, and I like to post a lot of fun, colorful makeup content. I like to do a lot in indie makeup, so if that is what you're into, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. But with that being said, let's get into this video. Alright my love, so I figured I would show you guys what I'm going to use first, like the new products that I want to try out, and then I'll get into putting on the makeup because I want to focus on talking about my goals for this year instead of focusing so much on the makeup. Of course, some of this is new, so I'll give you my thoughts as I go, but I don't want to spend too much time like focusing on the makeup. So I'm going to go into the new foundation from Juvia's Place. This is the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. I got the shade Martinique. I don't know about this shade. It looks a little yellow and a little light. It said it was medium neutral, so hopefully I can make it work. If not, I'll just mix in something darker. I did also pick up the Juvia's Place new powder foundation, which I thought this was just a setting powder. This is why I should read. I just bought these things on a whim, but I got medium for, what is it, Bogota? We'll see how that works as a setting powder, and maybe I'll try this out another day as like an actual foundation. And I'll be using the Nikkia Joy Matte Base Primer. I've been wanting to try this forever. Got this during their Black Friday sale. Going with my Huda Beauty concealer. I also am going to try out the new Colourpop palette, the Aurora Struck. I picked this up when they released it. I thought the colors were so pretty, but I want to pair it with the Bella Butte Bar Angles of Illumination 3 because this one has a bunch of like special shifty shimmers in it, and Colourpop shimmers don't excite me like these do, so I want to pair that with it, and I think that's about it. So I'm going to get a little closer so we can get into the makeup look and I can give you guys my thoughts and stuff for this year. So let's put on primer. I did moisturize and do my skincare. I am so curious about this primer, and I'm gonna see what it's like. I heard it's really good, especially if you have oily skin. It feels like a lightweight moisturizer. It is making my face get a little tacky. Okay, so it's supposed to help grip to foundation. It's supposed to blur the skin. It's supposed to keep your face matte. All the things that I need. Let's get the foundation on now. I'm trying to like just mention the new products and then we'll get to the plans for this year. So the I Am Magic Natural Radiance Foundation. Honestly, I don't know much about this. I'm assuming it's supposed to be like more natural and glowy. And I'm going to pump it on my hand first. So we'll see, because I don't know. That looks really light, y'all. That looks super light. Let's see it on my face. That looks more like light neutral. Does it really look like a medium shade to you guys? It has more coverage than I was expecting to. So, because I don't think that's going to work alone, I'm going to have to mix in another foundation and pick up a darker shade so I can really test out the formula. So I'm going to go in with this Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Hydrating Foundation in medium dark. It's a darker shade that I use like when I'm tan. I need to break this up because this ain't looking right. So let me mix that together. I'm going to take this foundation brush and see how that goes. So this has a very strong smell, by the way. It almost smells like watermelon, like a very fruity, kind of fresh smell. I don't know how I feel about my foundation being fragrant, like having a scent to it. I don't know. I feel like most people don't like scents in their like face products. So I'm not sure about that. It's pretty strong too. The coverage seems pretty high on this too. More like medium coverage. I was thinking this was going to be more of like a skin tint. Anyways, let's get on with the rest of my makeup. Let's find a cap for this. So this year, guys, I have this goal to just be nicer to myself. I feel like I have been so hard on myself, especially last year when I didn't like accomplish some of my goals, especially like the goals I told you guys about. Like I wanted to do a low buy, and then I said I was going to do a no buy, and that didn't really happen. But I made such unrealistic goals, especially like how my channel is. I do reviews, I test out new makeup and do makeup looks, as well as mix in like older makeup and do project pans and shop my stash. But I do also do a lot on new makeup too, so I did something so unrealistic and saying I wasn't gonna buy makeup, which I knew I wasn't gonna keep up to that. I shouldn't have made a goal that wasn't actually achievable for me, because I like to review makeup and I'm a small channel, so I don't get sent PR. So how am I gonna review anything if I don't get makeup for free? I'm gonna have to buy it, right? And I think I need to just be more realistic with my goals for like spending and beauty this year, and be more of a conscious buyer. I think that is my goal. I'm not gonna do a low buy. I'm not gonna do a no buy. I'm gonna be on a conscious buy. And with that meaning, I'm going to try to be just way more thoughtful about my purchases and not just buy on impulse, think things through, and know that I don't have to have everything. I don't need to review everything, and that's okay. Let's get into this Juvia's Place foundation. This is in Bogota, I think medium 4. Now, I feel like this would be too light to be a foundation on its own, but I'm gonna see how it will do under the eyes. It might be too dark for the under eyes, but I'll put a little bit. I did go in with the Huda concealer, by the way, in Vanilla Swirl, if you're wondering what color I use. Just tapping out my creases. I think it's gonna be too dark. It does have a pigment to it, so I don't want to use that to set my under eyes. So I'm going to use this Pat McGrath under eye powder instead. This is also a medium, but it is lighter than that Juvia's Place one. I had no idea that that was going to be a powder foundation. Oh my gosh, I need to read. But there we go. Got the eyes set. Well, the under eyes. Now let's go in with this powder. This is probably going to add more coverage and more color to the skin because it's a powder foundation. It's not a setting powder, but it's okay. I don't mind a little extra coverage. I do feel like this foundation was more of a medium coverage, I guess, with the mix of the Colourpop one, because I can still see some things peeking through, but not a lot. So let's get into some bronzer. But anyways, like I said, conscious buyer, being realistic, and I also want to be better at giving myself grace. I put all these like deadlines and goals in my head, and I was like, I have to achieve it, and if I don't achieve it, I'm a failure, or like if things don't go as planned. By the way, I'm going into the Juvia's Place foundation in medium, not foundation, bronzer. I would like beat myself up for it and get so upset that I didn't post this video on Monday and I had to post it on Tuesday instead. And then I would be like, I'm failing at keeping up with my schedule and being consistent. And I need to just let that stuff go and be like, it's okay if it gets posted on Tuesday. As long as, you know, you're happy with it getting posted, you achieved what you wanted to do, you got to do your video, it's okay if it's not on a set schedule. So now let's get into some blush. I'm gonna use this Lethal blush. This is a custom palette that I made. I'm gonna go into this like cool tone pinky shade. This is the color Blossom. And these are glowy blushes and they're so pretty. Like they look matte and they have like little sparkle specks throughout it, but once you put it on the cheeks, there's a glow. Like look at that. I need glow because I feel like I look very flat right now. I would like to also collaborate with more people, like connect with more people on YouTube. I feel like I don't really connect with people, but probably because I'm an introvert. Like I'm not a person who's gonna like reach out to someone and be like, hey, you want to do a collab, or you know, just reach out and chat with people. I'm not very good at that, but I want to be better at that and be more brave and be open to talking to people and meeting new people, because I don't go out a lot, guys. I stay home a lot to myself. Me and Casey are both pretty introverted, so we spend a lot of time alone with ourselves and with each other, and I'm not very good at like going out and making friends and socializing and getting to know people. I usually have to have people make that step for me to talk to them, but I want to work on making more of an effort to talk to people too and not waiting for people to come to me. By the way, I'm going to go in with even more glow. I'm going to use the Udin's Eye, what is this? The Somone Moonlight Feel Highlighter. This is in Rose Sky. It's like a rosy shade. I thought this would make a beautiful little glowy topper. Even though I'm already using a glowy blush, why not be extra, right? Who cares? I'm not going anywhere. I'm not trying to impress anyone. I just want to have glowy cheeks because they make me happy. Anyways, I feel like I'm going on a tangent, which I probably am. So let's even layer up some more glow and go into the Oracle Chrome palette. And I want to go into the shade called The Lovers. I think this one has like pinkiness to it. These are so pretty. This was in my Best of Beauty, guys, because it's gorgeous, as well as the Noctilucent palette from Blend Bunny. These were such good highlighter palettes. They have a bunch of different shifts in it. I just wanted to add right there in the tippy tops, get a little extra glow. All right, so I think that's it for what I'm gonna use on my face. You know, I got my bronzer, foundation, and everything on. So I'm gonna go do my brows off camera, and then I will be right back. All right, the brows are done. Time to get into this palette. I think I would just want to do like a tri-color thing, do all of the shades, like blue, purple, and green, and the shimmers in here. So let's see what I can come up with. I need to prime my eyes though. I forgot about that part. So I'm gonna go in with this Glam Light primer in Buttercream. I think that's the shade. This is their icing primer. I've been using it a lot and I love it because it's really good. It sets the lids really well. Leaves a nice tacky base. So just like, let me do that quickly. Now let's get into this palette, and I think I want to do like purple, blue, and then green, like 3 colors on the lids and 3 like metallics. Just want to use them all, okay? They're all too pretty. I don't want to ignore any of them. So I'm going to start off with Orca, which looks more like a bluey kind of indigo shade. But as for my channel, my actual channel goes, so I want to keep up, you know, posting 3 times a week. I want to work on connecting more with like creators in this beauty space. And I also want to work on connecting with you guys even more. I was thinking maybe I should try to do lives, like live once a month maybe, and see how that goes. I've never done one, and I always have like this fear that if I do a live, no one's gonna show up. So it's like, why do it? Like, who really wants to talk with me on a live? And I need to stop being that way because you guys are here, have subscribers, you guys communicate to me, you guys, you know, comment on videos. Like, you guys, you know, may want a live. Maybe you want to connect more and talk and like do our makeup live together. I think that would be really fun. So I'm thinking of trying to introduce something like that maybe once a month, see how it goes, see if people actually are interested and actually will like show up. Because, you know, if just one person shows up, I think that's enough. I was just more worried that like I'd be sitting there and not a single person would come on one of my lives. So maybe I can schedule it, give you guys a heads up so you know what's coming. What do you guys think about that? I think that'd be fun to like talk with you guys in lives and stuff. So let's get into another shade. I think I'm gonna use Midnight Sun. I think that's the closest to like a matte purple. It's very dark, but I'm gonna use it here. I guess it looks kind of purple. I don't know, there's not really any true purple mattes in here. I think they're all mainly just purple metallics, but it's fine. This works in the middle. And then I'll go in with green in the inner portion instead. So we're doing blue, purple, and then green. Now let's get into Phenomena. I think that will be a good one for the inner portion. I'm just using the same brush for all the shades. I think I also want to like switch up my content even more. I started doing this towards the end of last year where I wanted to kind of mix up more of like, you know, older makeup and newer makeup, like kind of have a good balance. Instead of just only doing like new reviews and trying new makeup, I was like, I want to mix in the makeup that I already have and find ways to feature them more, like in Get Ready With Me's, Shop My Stash, rankings, revisiting favorites, you know, going in with all-in-one brand, just trying to incorporate the makeup I already have in my channels more. And I started to do that, and I feel like I'm getting a really good balance of like doing reviews and then talking about the things that I have, or doing Get Ready With Me's, and doing like palette bingos, different things like that. So I'm trying to make sure I keep having a good variety on my channel of both old and new, because at one point I was only doing new, and I just want to be better at having a good balance so that everybody can find something they enjoy, whether there's people here for the new stuff or there's people here for the older stuff. Like I have things for all of the people in my audience. That's the goal. I'm gonna do my lower lash line and just match everything up, and then we'll get these lighter shimmers on the lids to kind of break things up, because this is looking very dark and we need some contrast. So I'm just going in with like the blue, then I'll go in with that dusty purple shade, and then get the green in the inner portion. Let's get into the Angels of Illumination palette now. The mattes do seem like the usual formula from Colourpop, by the way. So I'm gonna get a flat shader brush. I need to complete this look and wrap up this video because I feel like I've been talking for so long. So because we're starting off with blue and then we're going to purple, so I guess we're gonna go to Triangulum. Now the thing with these shades is that they're like duochrome, so they're shifty, so they might end up looking different on the eyes, but it's totally fine. They're stunning shades. But yeah, guys, that was everything that I want to work on this year. Consistency, trying more things on my channel, and connecting more. I think those are all really good, realistic goals. Of course, being a conscious buyer, giving myself, you know, grace, being nicer to myself, just letting things go. If they don't work out, they don't work out, but it's not the end of the world. Things like that. Now I'm going to go into this Auriga shade, and I'm going to use that where I laid that very dark, dusty purple. This one's definitely on the flakier side. So I'm just going to try to avoid fallout by wetting the brush. This looks really pretty. And these shades also transform over like any matte, like they do something different depending on what matte the shadow is laying on. So now I'm gonna go into this Cassiopeia shade, which is a beautiful minty, more flaky metallic. And I'm gonna spray it. That's gonna help give a lot of contrast in the inner portion because it's such a bright shade. Oh yeah, that is stunning. So I'm going to go back into the Colourpop palette now and use the Head North shade as my inner corner. It's a like very light white, like icy metallic, and it's going to definitely help brighten this inner corner. Ooh, that is bright. It's very, very white metallic, but I knew I needed something very bright in the inner corner. So I think that's how the look is going to be. So I'm going to do my other eye off camera and I will be right back. Now I'm loving this look now that both eyes have the shimmers on. Like this looks really pretty now. I'm happy with how this turned out. So let's do a lippy together. I'm going to use the Unearthly Cosmetics liquid lipstick in Cruel. It's a very cool tone pink. I think I'm going to go over it with this gloss. This is the NYX This Is Milky Gloss in Ube. But I need to line my lips a little. So I'm going to go into this Lumiere shade from Colourpop just to get the shape down. So I'm going to do that. All right, lips are aligned, so let's go over with this Cruel shade. That goes really well with this lip liner, and I just realized that I was like fully covering my lips, but who cares? This is such a pretty like mauve-y cool tone pink. I love it. Now let's go over with the NYX gloss in Ube. Ooh, this looks like it's pigmented. It's a perfect color for this liquid lipstick. Oh my god. This is so good. This is scented. Has an interesting smell. But I heard these milky like glosses are so good. And I just finally tried them. Ooh. It's so glossy and so pigmented. Oh my god, that just matched perfectly. But they're so lippy. It looks so good with this eye look. This is looking fabulous. So I'm going to go finish off the eye look, like do mascara, lashes, all that good stuff. And then I will be right back. I'll show you guys the completed look and we can wrap up this video. All right, my loves, I'm back. Here's the completed look. I'm leaning in so you guys can really see how it turned out. It actually came out pretty good, and I wasn't really focusing on like placement or blend or anything like that because I was talking more than anything, but it turned out really pretty. And the Colourpop mattes did really well, had good pigmentation. The metallics are gorgeous in the Bella Butte Bar palette, but I already knew that. They just really helped this look come together. They're just so reflective and shifty. And this lippy is beautiful, this like cool tone pink. And these two colors match so well, the Ube gloss and the Cruel liquid lipstick from Unearthly, and it looks really, really good with this eye look as well. But all I did off camera to complete this look was I went in with the LA Girl Jet Set liquid liner. I used the Petite and Pretty full feathered volumizing mascara. I didn't want to wear falsies today. I just wasn't in the mood. And then for my waterline, I went in with the Uden's Eye Soul Monet gel liner in number 11. It's just a white. I wanted to brighten things up, open up my eyes a little bit more, just to, you know, brighten things up since the shadows on the lids are overall on the darker side, especially the mattes. And that's it. That's it for this look. I think my face also looks really good too. Like the foundation so far seems really nice, but of course it's mixed in with the Colourpop one, so I'm not sure how it really is by itself. So I'm gonna have to get a darker color in that foundation so I can really, really test it. But I mean, with the mix of the Colourpop one, it looks really nice and like natural on the skin. I have really good coverage. My cheeks look so glowy from like the glowy blush and the highlighter, and the powder overall seemed nice. I was able to set my face, give a little extra coverage. I do feel like it looks a smidge heavy though on the face. Heavier than what I normally go into, because I think these days I'm more into like lighter coverage, like skin tints like that. And this one is a little bit more higher coverage, but it still looks really pretty. But that was everything for this look, for this little get ready with me, all my thoughts for this year, my goals for the channel, and just my personal life in general. I mean, they're not very specific, but I didn't want to make such a like rigid defined goals, because I feel like when I do that, I tend to not reach them and tend to fail. Like I just want to overall be better to myself and try more things for this channel and connect with people overall. I think that's like the main goals for this year. But you guys will have to let me know, what are your goals? Do you have any plans or things that you're trying to achieve for this new year? I would love to hear from all of y'all. And if you're new here and you enjoy this video, you like a lot of fun, colorful makeup content, you like a lot of stuff on indie makeup, then please hit that subscribe button and join this little family. I would really, really love to have you guys here. Also, don't forget to check out the description below. I'll link other videos of mine you might be interested in watching. I will link all the makeup products that I used today in case you want to check them out for yourself. I will also have my contact and my social media platforms. I'm also on Instagram as Breezy Lifestyle and Breezy_Beauty, and I do post a lot of different content there as well. So if you want to join my Instagram fam, that would be really, really amazing. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for being here and taking the time to watch this video and supporting my channel. You guys are just all so amazing. You made 2022 an amazing year for me. I just enjoyed talking with you guys, getting to know you guys. Like all your guys' sweet, supportive comments and feedback was just so great, and I appreciate you guys all so much. And I just hope you are all doing well wherever you are in the world, and I'm just sending you all so much light and love. But until next time, bye guys.